All right, y'all. So it's been about a week since Battle Hour, and I wanted to go ahead and talk about this in a separate video because it was something that I was asked by, I believe, Stevo to Toshi specifically, and Toshi did confirm that essentially it seems like they make characters in batches. It seems, which makes a lot of sense that they are pre-planning like what's releasing in the game in the future, and it always seemed like that to me because there's always characters that come out and it's like, oh, this character came out but feels a little weird. Then another character comes out that helps them, or a character comes out and they're so strong, and then we get a character later on that maybe counters them a little. And it's like, okay, you know, it makes sense that everything is like a puzzle piece and it'll fit in all together eventually. That's kind of how I felt like the game kind of progressed and moved towards. And it makes sense that they make these characters in batches if that's the case. With that in mind, considering that characters are actually in batches, they did basically like confirm to us that, hey, even though characters in the first batch are role locked, that doesn't mean that they always will be role locked in the future. Which means that in the future, whenever this quote unquote second batch of characters are made, we could see a not God Vegeta. We could see a Vegeta that is a damage roll character, or we could see a Goku that's a technical character. We could see even like a tank Trunks or something. We could see, you know, Gohan be a damage roll himself or something like that, right? And I think this is really cool. And decided, hey, we can make a video talking about this. Now, I do want to say we don't know when exactly this is gonna change. Like, okay, are they gonna implement this by anniversary? Is it gonna be, oh, you know, half anniversaries where this kind of like was the amount of characters we planned up to like half anniversary, and then after that, that's another batch where like, okay, we see feedback, we're gonna implement this feedback, right? And keep in mind, guys, a lot of these things like take time to get approved and take time to really investigate into and like gather everyone's feedback on it. Now I know for the Squadra Blast, like the previous Squadra Blast this year, they did ask us for our like opinions on different characters, right? And like how good the characters are, how annoying they are, etc., etc. So I think they're taking that feedback for future releases, and maybe the next batch of characters could actually genuinely have that feedback like implemented. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and see what people are saying. I mean, me personally, the biggest thing I would like to see in the future is probably some sort of tech Goku, like maybe Ultra Instinct Goku instead of being a DPS character. If he's a technical character, that could be really interesting. Or even a tank where it's like he has the ability to evade attacks, and that could be something really interesting. Because like UI Goku's all about being defensive, right? So him being maybe a sort of tank character, or even like a technical character where he has the ability to avoid things, where it's like, okay, he doesn't have the highest amount of HP, but he has a way to like stun the enemy. Like, you know, every time UI Goku makes a decisive blow, it's like he's like staggering the enemy. Like, you know, we saw him when he punched Jiren, when he first turned you, where I said the third time he turned UI against the fight against Jiren, when he had that gut punch to him. And again, the evasiveness, I think that feels super like tech coded to me. But maybe they end up making him a DPS just because it's the easiest. Like a Goku being a DPS would be the most popular thing. But we'll see. Maybe like a Vegito Blue being a tank could be interesting, like a future like Vegito or something like that. A future Zamasu, like Fusion Zamasu feels like he should be DPS. Imagine like a Fusion Zamasu that's a tank. He could very easily be a tank, right? But I would love to see like a Goku Black team in the future. Like imagine we get Goku Black, that's a transforming one. Then we get Scythe Goku Black, and he has like a bunch of these interesting moves. He's technical. Then we have Tank Zamasu here. Then we have a DPS Fusion Zamasu that like restores health at times, kind of like how Deborah could restore health, right? That could be really cool. But those are generally like my ideas for the future of what I would like to see. Like a full Goku Black team would be really sick. Honestly, I would love that. You know, Buhan being an attacker could be really cool. But let's see what people are saying. Let's take a look at the quote tweets. So DBS Broly as a tank, yeah. I feel like the thing about DBS Broly though is I'm not sure if they would consider him like in the same line of this Broly, like, you know, because this is Z Broly. This would be Super Saiyan Broly full power, is how they would call him. Because again, we could actually even take a look at Dokkan and Legends, like the same way that they name their characters. But this guy is legendary Super Saiyan Broly. This guy is actually, we still don't have like a full power Broly standalone on Dokkan, but this guy is Super Saiyan Broly full power, right? I feel like DBS Broly would still be just like a separate exclusion. It'd be more so like Wrathful Broly, and this guy would be like the same type if they would ever do another Wrathful Broly. But a Tank Broly would be awesome. Wuhan being a DPS, yes. Super Baby 2 as a technical would be really cool. Funny enough, I feel like the existing baby, like, I don't know if they would be able to ever implement this, but imagine if they switch the existing tank baby to a technical. Like, I don't know if they would ever do that. I don't think they would, but I think they should. I think that would be really cool. He just fits a technical so well. Like, he would be such a good technical character, and then you have an actual tank on the team. Like, that would be really good. Because imagine him with the extra movement speed up, and then he's not like, because the thing about baby is that he's like, he's your soul. Like, if we're ranking him as a tank character, he's solely the reason why your team wants to like make a push or really hard defend a tower, or, you know, kind of protect your allies and things like that. This guy's not that great at that, right? And he can get caught pretty easily. But imagine him with the extra movement speed up, and he has like a bunch of like disrupt, he has slows and everything. This guy would be such a great technical character, in my opinion, but that's a whole other topic. Vegeta Blue as a tank, yes, exactly what I said. Yeah, tank Vegeta Blue would be so cool though. Wrath Broly technical, yeah. But so DPS Super Saiyan 4. Well, we know Goku would be a DPS though. Technical UI Goku. Evolution, yeah, okay, I'm gonna skip past ones that would, like, you know, like, these characters we wouldn't know for sure. Like, Orange Piccolo, though. Like, Orange Piccolo has to be a tank, right? There's no way you're telling me Orange Piccolo is not a tank, man. That guy just screams tank. Can I find, Gamma to punch? Can I find this? Yeah, look at this. Look at this, man. Come on. Come on, that's tank. That's this guy's. This is a counter, like a topo kind of counter, like with like anti-CC and everything, bro. Like no obstruction. That would be awesome. He's got to be a tank. Easily. Gohan Super Saiyan 2 as a damage dealer. Knowing that they'll probably mix the Z version of BoJack movie into a single character. Yeah, honestly, based on how they're releasing characters, it really feels like they're taking from multiple different aspects of the series into like the single character, which, like, that's what they did for Broly. I mean, and then they'll just give that Gohan like a costume, which is fine. Honestly, I don't think it's the biggest deal of all time, but like, Gohan has to have like the father son Kamehameha. So what would the move against BoJack be? One of his skills, maybe, like the punch that he does. I don't know. It would be hilarious if we had Super Perfect Cell's tech. Yeah, I mean, it would be kind of funny. Because, like, again, we have Cell Perfect Form. Eventually, we should get a Perfect Cell. Maybe he has, like, a self-destruct, though. That could be interesting. Like, what if, like, a damage roll cell? Or, like, even a technical cell, and then his transformation is, like, a stun. But then he, like, essentially, he blows himself up, or like, yeah, like a damage roll cell that blows himself up. He dies, but it does a ton of damage. Really good for boss secure. It could stun people around you, and then when he revives, he comes back as Perfect Cell. That would be interesting, because it's like, okay, you're gaining a lot from being able to do as much damage as you would in like an AoE field, but then if the characters around him survive, then that could also be trouble for you, because, okay, maybe the enemy team can now make a push, or if they know you're there, they're gonna set a push for your tower, and you have to really be careful around that, right? That could be really interesting. As like a DPS cell. though. I feel like technical, that idea wouldn't really work that well for a technical, but DPS, yep. Tank Golden Frieza. Oh yeah, it makes sense, honestly. Broly, Orange Piccolo, Beast Gohan, DPS, Buhan. Yeah, Majin Vegeta as a DPS. I think makes sense. So honestly, Majin Vegeta, like again, Majin Vegeta, the same thing. It could be like literally what I said with Cell, the final explosion, and then it's like an AoE, and then he dies for it, right? Could be interesting. Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, DPS makes sense. Cooler, Meta Cooler is a technical with clones, kind of like Kid Buu, yeah. Then God Goku as a future technical. I don't know if they would do another God Goku. It would be cool to see them like do repeats of characters, but I'm not sure if they'll ever really do that. It would have to be like a God Goku that transforms into blue, maybe. Tank Super Saiyan 2, Cell Saga Gohan, DPS Beast Gohan, technical Blue Gi Kid Goku, then DPS for Demon King Piccolo Saga Kid Goku. Yeah, I mean DKP Kid Goku has to be like a DPS, right? For sure, I think so. But he could also be like a technical, right? I mean, I fear that there's a theoretical chance to get this guy a skin. Maybe, you know, it would be really cool if they do a skin and it's like, okay, they change Glorio to like Bulma, and they change Pansy to like, would it be like Oolong or something? And it's like, okay, it's like really early on Dragon Ball Saga Goku, he has the powerful dance, could say the same. This is Bulma, like what if she like calls out a machine and then it's like there's a drone strike with Bulma, and then Oolong could just have like, I don't know, something like he just throws the same bombs. Like that could be really cool if they really want to be awesome about like a Kid Goku skin for this guy, instead of just like, oh, it's still Pansy and Glorio, right? That would be really sick. I just don't know if they would do that, especially because this guy I don't think has ever gotten any like special costumes. Like maybe it's because it's Daima Goku and they're a little weird with him, but you know, who knows. DPS Final Form Frieza, or Full Power Frieza makes a lot of sense to me, honestly. Tank Blue Goku. Yeah, Blue Goku as a tank would be cool. It reminds me of like the Legends like Goku that transforms into UI. Tank Orange Piccolo, Full Power Frieza, Buhan, Adult Daima, Super Saiyan 4. Yeah, Adult Daima, Super Saiyan 4 as a tank could be good. I feel like they would make him a DPS though. A technical Blue Goku from the future arc would be sick though, with the instant transmission. Yeah. Tank Future Gohan. You think his bag fits that well? Yeah, I mean, Future Gohan has to be a tank. Like, I feel like that's something that we could all agree on. Like, Future Gohan as a tank just makes so much sense, honestly. It really does. It really does. Damage Swirl Super Baby 2, yeah. There's a lot of characters. Wow, I'm not... Yeah, okay, anyways. Tank Broly. Yeah, Majin Vegeta. The Gogetas being different roles would be really cool. Yeah, it's like Super Gogeta... Honestly, Super Gogeta as a tank, where he has the Janemba counter, would make a lot of sense. I feel like they're gonna want Gogeta and Vegito to lane together. Like they're gonna want that, no? Like where we have Gogeta and Vegito like on bot lane. I think that makes a lot of sense. Like him as a tank. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta has to be DPS, and then I mean Blue Gogeta. I feel like they would make Blue Gogeta and Super Saiyan 4 DPS, but I don't know. I feel like they could make Blue Gogeta like a counter kind of tank, or a technical Blue Gogeta would be really fun too, because he does a lot of like interesting kind of moves, and I feel like there's a lot of moves that he has that could give him like, oh, this is like a stagger, right? Or like this is like where he could slow the enemy down, like be like a kind of like an annoying technical. Annoying technical is funny to say, but yeah. Beast Gohan, please be DPS. Yep. UI Tech Goku, yep, and Super Saiyan Blue Tank. We're seeing a bunch of the same things here, but you guys are kind of seeing the point. I think there's so many different options for a lot of these characters. DPS Piccolo that becomes tank on his own transformation. I don't think they would like ever switch roles mid-battle. Yeah. Tank Super 17, yeah, with the key absorption, for sure, because the existing 17 is a technical. It's just like, again, there's like different series, so I'm not sure if they necessarily would count that. But I mean, all Goku so far have been DPS in different series, so I think that's fair. I am glad that a lot of people are saying like blue Vegito as a tank though. Like we all have the same wavelength. It just makes sense, right? Tank blue Gogeta. Okay. I'm just reading through these here. I mean, if you want to pause, you could look, but we kind of have a bunch of the same. You want Super Gogeta specifically be a tank. You want Super Saiyan 3 Goku to atomize. I can't even speak. Atomize people with your go instead of hitting straight air because the devs never fix your skill 1. Yeah. We'll read this one and we'll see. Because I didn't see anything new here. Let's see. Anything new here? No. Blue Vegeta DPS. Yeah, makes sense. Honestly. Blue Vegeta with the like pummel that he does against Goku Black. That has to be DPS, man. Like that's such an easy DPS. Like kind of attack, but we'll see in the future. Super Baby 2 is technical. I feel like DPS Super Baby 2 makes a lot of sense. But yeah, let me know what y'all thinking. I appreciate y'all for watching this video, and hopefully they add some different roles in the future. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.